Okay, now we'll go over a little bit more difficult linear equations. Equations in the form of ax plus b equals c, where a, b, and c are numbers, and we have x, which is the variable. So we'll start off simple and have start off with 2x plus 1 equals 3. So we want to find x, so we basically have to, or our goal in this problem is to isolate x. So how do we do that? Well, the easiest way would be to move things to the same side. So because you have 1, which is a number, and 3, which is a number, and you have 2 times a variable, you want to move this to the other side so that you have the variables on one side and the numbers on the other. So if you move, or how would you move the 1 over? Well, I guess the way you do it mathematically would be to subtract this by 1, so negative 1 plus 1, and because you subtracted this side by 1, you have to subtract this side by 1, so you have negative 1 plus 1, which is equal to 0, and you have 3 minus 1, which is equal to 2. So now you have 2x equals 2, and you divide both sides by 2, and you have x equals 1. Okay, so let's try a harder problem. Now we have, let's see, 3x plus 11 equals 14. Now how would you do that? So we want to move the 11 to the other side, so if you want to try doing this in your head, you can just visualize taking the 11 away and subtracting 11 here. So 14 minus 11 is 3x equals 3, and x equals 1. Okay, so let's try making this harder by using fractions now. So now we have, let's see, 1/3 x plus 2/7 equals 4/7. Okay, so how would you do that? Now remember, I said you have to make it so that the variables are on one side and the numbers are on the other. So when you have this, you want to move the 2/7 over. So you can do this in your head if you want. If you subtract 2/7 from here, you're basically taking away 2/7. So minus 2/7 on this side and minus 2/7 on this side. So 4/7 minus 2/7 is equal to 2/7, right? So now we have 1/3 x equals 2/7. Okay, now we have two fractions. So in order to isolate x and make this 1, we basically multiply both sides by 3. 3/1 times 1/3 is equal to 1, and 2/7 times 3/1 is equal to 6/7. So x is equal to 6/7. Okay. Now if you want to throw in some negatives in there to make it a little harder, let's do that. So let's say we have negative 2/9x plus 14/15 equals negative 9/15. Okay, let's try this. So we want to move the variables onto the other side, so we have 14/15 and 9/15. So we have 2/9, negative 2/9x, and to isolate this, we move it over. So if you have a positive 14/15, you subtract negative 14/15, so negative 14/15 on both sides, and you're left with negative 2/9x equals negative 23/15. Correct? Okay. Now, in order to isolate x, we multiply both sides by negative 9/2. Now, why is it negative? It's negative because you have a negative on this side, and to make a negative number positive, you have to multiply it by a negative. So negative 9 over 2 times negative 2 over 9 is equal to 1. And you multiply this side by negative 9 over 2. So this comes out to be x is equal to, let's see, 23 over 9, 27, 18, 207. Okay, so 207 over 30. Okay. If you have any questions, like always, just post in the comments and I'll get back to you soon. Thanks.